Councillor Dan Swords, we're here down at Bushycroft, off Tawney's Road, in Bush there. Things look like they're really cracking on here.
Yeah, we're going on site. I'm 16 brand new council homes for Harlow families that we let at the lowest possible rent levels. It's going to have wonderful landscaping. There's all sorts of brilliant environmental initiatives involved. We're even putting in electric charging points. These are future-proofed homes that are going to make a massive difference. But most importantly, this is just the start. In March, our complete new build programme will come out. In the budget just a few weeks ago, we announced £26 million. And to put that into perspective, that is more than Harlow Council spent on building new council homes than in the last 30 years combined. So when we say Harlow Homes for Harlow families, we really mean it.
And so, as you brought the politics into it, I was here last year and it was parking for the leader of Harlow Labour.
Well, I would say, in jest, with some respect, I don't think, if you look at their record over the last 10 years, they did a particularly fantastic job on building council homes. We've, even in this year of the construction of the site, made a number of changes to what's been going here. But as I said, we're spending £26 million on new council homes. That is more than Harlow Council spent the last 30 years combined, and the money that the previous administration spent was absolutely derisory in comparison, and that is why people still say to us that we need Harlow Homes for Harlow families, and that's what we're building. We're talking about hundreds. This is a site of 16. We're talking about hundreds of new properties.
And how do you ensure that Harlow families get access to these homes?
Well, we've got in place a very tight criteria for these things. There's a whole host of ways, but you have to have lived in Harlow for a number of years, and there's a whole criteria to it. But as I said, Harlow Homes for Harlow families it's not a slogan, it's true. We're building Harlow Homes for Harlow families, more than has been built in the last 30 years combined by Harlow Council, and they will be going directly to Harlow families that need them.
And the rents, I often hear the words affordable, social, competitive. What the rent mean?
Well, you wonderfully brought up the point of the previous Labour administration. When they put these plans in place, it was going to be at so-called affordable rents, which is about between 60 and 80% of market rent. What we done is applied for a grant from Homes England, for which the previous administration were eligible, but never applied for £640,000, which means we're bringing these homes in at the lowest possible rent levels, which is about 40% of market rent for Harlow families. So not only have we improved what's already here on site, we're also doing it at far lower cost to the Harlow families that will be moving in here.
Are these, they look sturdy, they look big. Tell us a little bit about the house. How many bedrooms?
So there's a mix between 2 and 3 bedroom homes. They're all particularly spacious, as you will see when they open. They've all got good sized gardens right at the back of the site. We've got new allotments, we've got a wildlife trail going in. Even the homes themselves have bead bricks, swift boxes, and so on. So it really is an impressive development. And I mentioned the £640,000 grant we got from Homes England. Part of that is going towards the low rent levels, but the other part is going towards improving the environmental offer here. And that's what we'll do across the hundreds that we will be building with the £26 million we announced.
The key thing that a lot of people talk about is infrastructure. We have a doctor's surgery down the road, we have a school right across the way. How is this complementing, supporting any infrastructure?
Well, I mentioned some of the changes we've made over the past year on this site, and one of them is the car park just here in front of us. When this site was allocated for housing, there was a car park that was used by the parents of the school, broken up old concrete. We're putting in 39 new spaces, which is bigger than what was previously there. Beautiful level tarmac with electric charging points, as I said, will make a massive difference. In terms of the wider infrastructure, that is again not just this site, but it's on the hundreds of new homes that we'll be building. We negotiate with all of the developments, the private developments, and with our own. We have to look at the infrastructure first. We can't do any of these things in the wrong places. Myself, I've already scrapped schemes that the previous administration left that never stacked up in terms of infrastructure, because these homes have to be built in the right places.
Are you getting support from the public? Have you got any feedback from people out in the street, the 87,000 residents, to say, yeah, we think this is a great idea?
I think there's 2 parts to that. The first is we took a message to the electorate of Harlow last year that we would build hundreds of council homes for Harlow families. We're getting on with that job. We announced, as I said, more money in the budget than has been spent in the last 30 years combined. That is action, and I think in a few months. But as I said, we're building. We want those built. there are many young families. The previous administration had 4,500 Harlow families on a waiting list. They didn't build any council homes for those families. We're getting on the job of building those council homes for Harlow families.